Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend, Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. Yeah, this is a really, really fun day for me. I've never, well, it's not so much, I'm not going to sit here and be all dramatic. Oh, I never thought this day would ever come, but this is something like, I honestly never thought I would own any of these, but you already know what I'm talking about from from the title of the video. Yeah, I ended up getting two of the Film Vault 4K steelbooks, something I never thought I would do, and I would never thought I would have. I've heard of them. I've heard, excuse me, I've heard of Euphoria Pictures. I know he's talked about these. I believe Mondo Celovic Movies. I think he's talked about these as well. And just I was always curious what it'd be like to have one of these, and now I got them. I got two of these. I got Poltergeist, and I got The Shining. Got both of these for a really good deal. These are not cheap, and they're very limited. Both of these together cost me about $100. The main reason why I ended up getting these, first of all, like I said, I've never had any of the Film Vault, releases or anything. And they've done some good ones. I saw they've done like 2001 Space Odyssey and Goodfellas, and I think they've done Scarface, Blade Runner. They've done a lot of movies and stuff. And, I was always curious what it would be like to have one. And I was lucky enough, I got two of them. And both of these are really, really nice. I did not end up getting the huge box versions of these with the lobby cards and all that kind of stuff, and I'm actually all right with that, because honestly it's like like those are going to end up taking an awful lot of room, and I don't really have a lot of space in the world. As a matter of fact, I just got rid of it's like, if you watched my last video where I talked about Rocky Horror Picture Show, I picked up the smaller 4K collector's edition of Wizard of Oz, because for the longest time I had that huge Blu-ray box set, and it's just kind of like, I need to kind of try to, break some stuff down, kind of save a little bit of space in here. So I figured, I'll go ahead and get that, and then I sold that off, and I was able to get some other stuff. If you're curious about that, you can go watch that video and stuff. I'm going more in depth on that one, but yeah, this is probably going to be a pretty quick video. But, just for the longest time, I was always curious what it'd be like to have, one of these releases in my movie library, and now I got two of them, and what better way to do it with two of my absolute favorite ghost stories. As a matter of fact, The Shining, you see right there, I got the poster right up there. And you can't see it, but Poltergeist, I have one way over on the wall over there. So to get two editions of my favorite ghost stories, I thought it was really, really cool. And so we'll go ahead and we'll look at this here. I'm sure, if you're watching this, you've probably already seen other people. That's the bad part, though. It's like, yeah, you can see, look at these fingerprint magnets big time for the slipcover. Yeah, the kind of slipcovers on these. But, I've heard about these for the longest time. Never thought I would actually get to own any of them. And, beautiful, beautiful edition. That's another thing, too, because these are usually sold overseas. And they come with the rating stickers that you see here. They had the two of them on here, and I was able to just peel them off. That was no big deal. So, both of these movies look really good in 4K. The Shining looks amazing in 4K. The Shining is one of those movies, like, you start watching it, it'll kind of give you a good idea of what 4K is capable of. So, but yeah, just really, really nice to have it. And these come off. You've seen these kind of clear plastic slip covers before, they do for steel books, and both of these are matte finishes. And got Jack Torrance in the hedge maze. It looks like he's walking into the 237 bathroom. So, in the back there, you got the door, says Red Rum. And then you got your discs here. You got 4K there. You got the Blu-ray there. I do have this one here in another set. I got like I showed it before in one of my videos. I got like a 3-pack over there, 4Ks of Stanley Kubrick movies. I got this one with Full Metal Jacket and 2001 Space Odyssey. So the inside of the steelbook, you got like the mountains in the background, but you got the hedge maze there. So really, really nice. There's the Blu-ray disc. And these Blu-rays, even though you could tell these are imports, the Blu-rays are region free, so that's really nice. So yeah, you don't have to worry about region lock if you get one of these. So like I said, there's the 4K disc. I do highly recommend, if you're a fan of The Shining, I do highly recommend, pick it up on 4K. It looks really good in 4K. I think it does anyway, so, but, yeah. Pretty simple. Really nice, though. And, The Shining is one of my absolute favorite ghost stories of all time. This is the first Stephen King movie, or Stephen King adaptation I've ever seen. I know, not a good way to start, considering, King's thoughts and feelings towards this movie, but over time I've kind of gotten to where like I've eased up on that, because I mean, here lately, have you seen some of the stuff they had done with some of King's works? Like anybody remember that miniseries or that limited series they did of The Stand here several years ago? Remember how terrible that was? And like remember the movie The Dark Tower and the TV series Under the Dome? It's like if you read those books, those stories, then you see that movie or those shows, it's like you have such complaints about this one. Well, I understand, because for this one, this is kind of autobiographical for him in a way. But it's like, dude, you had such a case against Stanley Kubrick for the things he changed from the book to the film, but see that other stuff that they did with your other books, and you're fine with that, but this is the one you have a problem with. So just kind of over time, I've just kind of like But the thing is, like, this was, I know people are like, dude, don't talk about Stephen King right now, especially all the crap he's been doing here in the last, talking about he's the most banned author in the world, and talking about, the stuff he's posted on social media and stuff. Like, don't talk about it. It's like, I'm sorry, but just, but this was the movie, this was the very first Stephen King adaptation I ever saw, the first Stephen King movie I ever saw. And this, made me want to become a fan of his. This made me want to start reading his books. It made me start seeking out his movies. It made me want to watch more of his stuff. And, and it got me into being a Stephen King fan, and it all started from this movie. And I love this movie. I think it's I just love the way it's shot, the way it looks. I love everything about it. I love the music in it. I love the setting. I love everything about it. Just everything about this movie, I just adore it, Now, I mean, I do enjoy the miniseries remake that King did, I do enjoy that because that version's more faithful to the book, but, I'm always going to love this movie. I'm always going to have a special place in my heart because this is the one that got me into Stephen King in the first place. So, sorry, hang on a second, drop this on the floor here. So, there you go. And there we are. And so to now have a really nice, beautiful edition. I'm going to be putting these in protective cases here in just a minute because, you see, it's going to be hard to try to handle these when everything's always, these things leave fingerprints all over the place and everything. But, just really, really happy to finally have a nice collector's edition of The Shining. Sure, I would have maybe the hard box and stuff, but, But you know what? This worked extremely well, and I'm very, very happy with it. So, really cool. And it's very beautiful. I enjoy this one. So, and now we move on to the other one, Poltergeist. This is the movie that the first time I know some people are like, dude, you got scared by Poltergeist? It's like, I saw the movie, the first time I watched the movie, I was 5 years old. And you look at all the terrible stuff that happens to kids in this movie, I think you might be able to forgive me for getting scared by this movie. I mean, now it's like, now it doesn't bother me. It was like I could watch it and, and it's just a really good movie. I'm not going to get into the whole who directed it, Tobe Hooper, Steven Spielberg. I'm not going to get into that, but I think it was, I just think regardless, one way or the other, it was a great collaboration between the two of them. And clearly one of the most beloved ghost story films. so memorable, so many wonderful things about it. And now to have a nice, beautiful steelbook edition of it. And we take off our clear cover there. And then we got this too, like The Shining. This is a matte finish. Excuse me, sorry. So, yeah, really, really nice. And you got the clown on the back here. So, yeah, just really cool. And you open up the, there you go. Got Carol Ann there. Hang on, this one does have like some extra inside artwork on the, you got Carol Ann there with the creepy clown doll. Hopefully you can see that. Really cool. So nice. And again, you know, like The Shining, you know, the beautiful part is you have a Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is region free, so you can play it in your players, no problems there. So that is cool. Unfortunately, not really any cool disc art on the 4K, just kind of really basic black, but still really nice to have. There you go. Really nice. So, and yeah, I think the movie looks pretty dang good on 4K. There you go. And there you have it. So, yeah, this is going to be definitely going to be one of my shorter videos, you know, but there's just not much else to talk about on here, you know. Yeah, feature film, you know, got bonus features, you know, they are here. The Real World Poltergeist documentary, 2 parts. Science of the Spirits and Connecting with the Dead. The Making of Poltergeist, theatrical trailer. So, but just kind of more like, you know, just that's really the thing. You know, it's like I'm just really happy to finally have, you know, some Film Vault, you know, additions in my movie library. And for both of them to be movies that I absolutely love and adore. 2 of my favorite, you know, ghost stories of all time. To have both of these. So, yeah. It's really nice. I just wanted to show these off. So, and that's pretty much about it. You know, it's, like I said, this is definitely one of my shorter videos. So, there you go. So, if anybody took the time to watch any of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Maybe go ahead and share it. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Take care, my boils and ghouls. I'll see you all later. Bye.